the majority in Ghana, what do you think will happen? And to me, that is a real test.
Make prejudicial comments on it.
It is unconstitutional. If you look at Article 21C of the Constitution, it gives every Ghanaian an opportunity to practice their religion.
Why am I saying this? I'm going to use my life experience as an example. Before I decided to enter into SRC,
COVID is very important. HIV is equally important.
Agencies must do a lot. And Ministry of Gender.
I could see flashes of light, I could see shadows, I could see images, but then it stopped. I am now blind and have to be sad and all that.
There are challenges to this effect. So what do we do as a nation? What do we do as individuals? What do we do as organizations?
Je lance à toutes les personnes handicapées, aussi bien les femmes également.
Once you lack integrity, trust me, you are going nowhere.
A lot of people go to church and they are Christians, but they are not truly repentant. It's happening to me, like only by the mercy and grace of God that I'm alive to share all that I've been through or went through.
Showing every Friday at 6 p.m. You can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on Twitch, as well as YouTube. You are welcome to Empowerment show, showing on Today Ghana News TV. An awesome evening to all my cherished viewers, listeners, and panelists for tonight. It's another Friday evening with Joyce Ohenewa Kwapon on Empowerment Hour Show, showing every Friday at 6 p.m. on Today Ghana News TV. We want to duly apologize for tonight's delay in commencing our program. We are very sorry. We're having a little bit of technical challenges, so we duly apologize. Okay, so Empowerment Hour Show is brought to you in association with Authentic Sales, Thailand the Cobbler, Afranis Cuisine, and Jody's Kitchen. We are live on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch via satellite for our cherished viewers in the Eastern European countries, and finally on Anchor FM. Kindly share the link and also do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are growing, and certainly we are growing with you and with your continuous support. Leadership is a complex topic. What does it mean to be a good leader? How do good leaders know when to lead and when to step back? What is the difference between seeking power and being an effective leader? The following intriguing questions and many others explore the many facets and obstacles related to being a strong and effective leader. Martin Luther King, one of my all-time favorite social activists, made a statement, and I quote, "There comes a time when one must take the position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must do it because conscience tells him it is right." So tonight, I want you to ponder over this. What is your conscience telling you regarding the nature of your politics, your perspective of leadership, your mandate as a leader, prospective leader, or as a follower watching us tonight? Let your conscience be your guide, for a clear conscience is far more valuable than money, and a good conscience is the most valuable asset of all. Tonight, we will be having one of our high-profile conversations with an astute man in our Ghanaian parliament who is extraordinaire in character, persona, charisma, and in political principles. Sharing his flyer on my social media handle as a guest for tonight on Empowerment Hour Show, I had a lot of people attesting to the above description of him and his affable personality. Let's expeditiously go on a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back to introduce our guest for tonight.
Let me say a fish, I won't do the brave, you or your monk or her, your fish, beat to say catfish, your catfish or her, your rahu, your barracuda, your tilapia medium, and your big size, and your red brim or air cleaning dada, and your the ain't clean here, and your fish, egg fish, and your mackerel, and your croaker, and your snappers, clean one, unclean it, and your sea bream. Fish there, I don't be pray. Means me body cry. You will not be on a one casaoba. They give this over near the open. You dear, your bamu bapa, your bamu bapa, you give this a beba there.
If you are just tuning in, you haven't missed at all. The show is about to get entertaining as always. You are welcome once again to Empowerment Hour Show on Today Ghana News TV. Do you believe there's a lot that needs fixing in this beloved country of ours? Then let's zoom into today's discussion as we interact with Honorable Dr. Rashid, Pelpuo. We will look at and delve into this pertinent topic: the politician, the mandate, the perceptions, and the legacy. Let me quickly give a brief profile about Honorable Rashid Pelpuo, and we will quickly comment the substantive issues of today's discussion. Okay, so Honorable Dr. Rashid Pelpuo is a five-time member of Parliament for the Wa Central constituency. He was first elected in 2005. He holds a PhD from the University of Ghana on development policy and a Master of Arts degree in international affairs. In 2009, when his party came to power, he was appointed a Minister of State at the Office of the President and subsequently a Minister of Youth and Sports. In 2010, he was concurrently elected Deputy Majority Leader of the Parliament of Ghana and Ghanaian representative in the African Parliament, that's the Pan-African Parliament. During the John Mahama administration in 2013, Honorable Pelpuo was appointed Minister of State in charge of the private sector development and public-private partnership. Given his talent and vast experience, the ruling NPP government appointed him, though he is a key member of the opposition NDC, to serve as a member of the governing board of the Ghana AIDS Commission, chaired by the President of the Republic. In his fifth term as a member of Parliament from the year 2021 to 2024, he is appointed ranking member of the Committee of Lands and Forestry after his successful service as a ranking member of the Government Assurance Committee. He also serves as chairman of the Parliament Population and Development Caucus, the biggest caucus in the Parliament of Ghana. Honorable, this is Empowerment Hour show, and we are honored to have you on our platform tonight.
Thank you so much.
Right. So, Honorable, before we delve into the substantive issues of today's discussion, kindly give us a little background information of you. We want to know, beyond politics, who is Honorable Dr. Rashid Pelpuo?
Well,
I think, unfortunately, Honorable Rashid's network is not working in his favor, so we are hoping that it will get stabilized soon. Okay, I think he's back.
Yeah,
all right.
The lines are dropping and on and off. Yeah, you said, yeah. Let me thank you so much for the thorough introduction about me. At least the introduction gives a picture of who I am. Exactly. But there's so much yet to be known by people, especially where I come from. I come from the royal family of Wa, and I was born there. I grew up there, attended school there in Wa Experimental Primary School until I got to the university level when I had to leave Wa and enter the University of Cape Coast. At the University of Cape Coast, I read psychology education and economics. And whilst in the university, I belonged to a number of clubs. And I was the president of the Northern Students Union. I was the president of the NDC at the university campus. I was the president of the Current Affairs Club, and I was the secretary of the Writers Club. I stayed there for 4 years until I left and became director of the Youth Leadership Training Institute. And subsequently, I was also appointed Deputy National Coordinator at the National Youth Council. These are before I became a member of Parliament.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I was the second in command in the whole country on the organization of young people in this country and how we could develop policy to develop the growth potential of young people to make them useful to society. So for about 12 years, I worked with young people as a district youth coordinator, as a regional youth coordinator, as a director of the Youth Leadership Training Institute, and as the deputy national coordinator in charge of finance administration before I contested to become a member of parliament.
Wow, that's very impressive. It means you've really had enough and a lot of experience when it comes to leadership, right from your days in school and all that. Wow. I think we share that in common. I happen to also occupy quite a number of portfolios way back in school as a student leader. I think it all helps us in our development and in our personality and all that. That's great. That's very interesting to know. So it means you started your whole political, or should I say leadership upbringing right from school.
Yeah,
Wow.
I developed it in school. There was at every time I was so interested in joining clubs and organizations whilst on campus. Even before I entered the university, at the secondary school level, I was the assistant senior prefect, and I was also the president of what they used to call the Green Book Study Club. And so I'm generally a highly spirited person, very anxious in supporting the society in wherever I find myself, and I like to help people, and it defined me as a people's person. So it wasn't difficult for people to see me as their leader and to elect me thereof.
Yeah. Wow. That's great to know. So, number one, to also find out from you, back to politics. Can you tell us briefly about your constituency, its boundary, capital, and then any hallmark projects that you are doing currently for the benefit of those who are seeing you or watching you for the first time?
Well, thank you so much. I come from the one is the capital, the Upper West region, and I am the member of parliament for Wa Central. It is predominantly a business community. Farming and business are key elements you can find there, and you have a Christian and Muslim population, and you have Wa as a traditional trading center, and it is a place you can go and enjoy yourself. A lot of interesting places to be in. So it's a place to be. Now the people of Wa elected me first in 2004, and I understand who they are because I stayed there all throughout my life until my adult life.
Wow.
And yes, so the place it's also logically a farming society, but gradually farming is becoming smaller as the situation the community graduates into metropolitan community. So so it's so you have about half the community in the rural area and half of it in the center of Wa. And so you can find like I said, very historical places there. You can find the Wana Palace, which is more than 100 years old. You can find the Jenjam Pond there, the pond which water served the people of Wa throughout until their modern ways of getting water. It has never dried. People who drink that water or who use the water for their domestic purposes are seen to be blessed. And so you can go to Wa and see all that. And the people of Wa are very interested in developing themselves. So you see a lot of hosts of people seeking to have interventions that will help them to be on their own. And naturally, when you are on your own in Wa, you are highly respected. Government work is good, but generally people prefer to be on their own. And so many of them initially didn't attend school or didn't go far in education because they didn't believe in it. But today things have changed. You see them hosting to the university, running to the universities and other tertiary institutions. So it's a place that I'm happy to be their MP, and I'm working hard to help develop the place.
Wow, that's great to know. We also want to find out from you, how did you get into politics?
When I finished the university, first of all, even before I entered the university, my activities caught the attention of my people. I set up free training, free schools, got people together, sent them to school, collected all the young people who refused to go to, or who failed and didn't know how to get back to school. I put them together, trained them, and encouraged them to go to school. So people started noticing me. And when I finished and I started working, I was working for the National Youth Council. So it means part of my job was to make sure I organize young people. So I kept organizing them, helped them to construct. Yeah, sorry. I kept mobilizing support.
Okay, it's just unfortunate that the network is not acting in our favor tonight. We sincerely apologize for that. Honorable, please proceed.
Yeah, so thank you.
Okay.
So because I was so much community-centered person, I kept supporting the community and organizing to help the community. So I was easily noticed. And so when in 1996, there was an agitation by the people that they didn't want their MP anymore and that they wanted me to take over from him. But 1996 was not a good year because at the time, the party, the NDC, thought that they didn't need to change their MPs and that I was also so young so to become a member of parliament. Well, I considered in 2000, the people mobilized again and came to me and asked me to contest for them. And once again, there was no primaries. We agreed that they wouldn't, the elders agreed that they were not going to change their MP. But in 2004, there's a mobilization for me grew so high and so thick that nobody could change it. And so basically, by being a member of, I got into being a member of parliament because of a push from without me, from the grassroots, from the ordinary everyday person who thought that there was a need to change their leadership.
Yeah.
It came with a full force of wish and demand to have me represent them in parliament. So finally, the elders had no choice but to allow me to go for primaries. And in the primaries, I won overwhelmingly in 2004. And in 2005, I became the first, I joined parliament for the first time.
Wow, that's great to know. I mean, listening to you and some of the activities you've engaged in your community and all that, it explains how come you are a 5-term MP for your constituency. I think you've done incredibly well, and I now understand how come the people keep, voting for you each and every election year. Okay, so Honorable, we also want to find out, is there any special reason why politics matter to you? Do you have any special reasons?
Well, politics is very, very important to me because it's an occupation of choice.
Okay.
That's where I find myself, and all my life I have been approached by people and seeking some support from me, who seek support from me, and I have enjoyed sacrificing my life and my earnings with people. And so when I entered politics, it cut me out very clearly as somebody who is willing to serve and willing to give. So it kind of defined me properly and put me in the right perspective. And so I find it to be so natural for me to go into and to develop in.
Okay.
Now, this is important because every society needs a leader. And the leader must be willing to help the people just as much as the people are seeking to make him their leader. And so my will to serve is a definition of my being able to stay in power and to serve my people. A lot of people who are non-political will see me as, oh, why? He's giving out everything. You know, he doesn't have a personal life. Every time he's serving his people. But it is what makes me who I am. It defines me. It makes me happy, you know, to serve. And so it is important because it is in line with my life expectations and my life path of development. You know, so I try to help the people. I know that at the beginning of being a member of parliament, the people needed so many things that I needed to serve them, to get them to have. Before I entered to become a member of parliament, my people were drinking water from pumps. And I recall that some people died of cholera because the water was so bad. So I defined myself, I defined what I needed to do. And I said, look, water is one thing I have to provide for my people. No matter what I do, I must make sure there's water for them to drink.
Yeah.
Then I also noticed that education was a key area. I mentioned to you earlier on that we did not start early. You know, the ordinary Wala person wanted wealth much more than education. So the intention was to go to seek money rather than seek knowledge. So I needed to inspire my people, create doctors amongst them, create lawyers amongst them, give them a reason to challenge themselves and to challenge the world. And so I launched a scholarship as a response. So these were things that I needed to do, you know, to make sure I reflect my the hopes and aspirations of my people. You know, so I also saw that there was the need for me to support agricultural growth in the area, because the rural areas in my place are basically agri societies. So I had to define how I was going to help them. So in the end, I realized that politics is important because when you have the ability to help people, it is easy to push in the area where it will find development in their lives. So in water, I made sure in the end, apart from all the boreholes I brought, I made sure I got a president at the time to approve of a water plan for my people. And so today there's 24-hour water flow in West Central.
Wow, that's
we have piped water from about 20 kilometers away from the Black Water into Wa, and everybody gets pipe-borne water to drink. Those who don't get have boreholes to have, you know, to drink from. Then I also realized, as I told you, education was key. I launched a scholarship and said, look, if you want to go to school, you are intelligent, you don't have a family to help you, Rashid Pelpuo is here to grant you a scholarship to pay your school fees. And I supported them. And I told those who finished, and those who finished first degree, if you are from my constituency and you think that you can challenge yourself and do a PhD, Rashid Pelpuo is here, I'm going to buy you your first computer and I'll pay your fees.
Wow.
And then those who wanted to do medicine, I told them, well, I know it's a big challenge to pay your fees. You have a father and a mother who might not be able to pay. I'm going to take part of those fees to pay so that we can have as many people entering to read medicine from West Central. Before I became a member of parliament, there were only 2 doctors from West Central practicing in Ghana. Today, there are about 12 of them because of my initiative and drive.
Wow.
So yes, so most of the things I try to do, I'm beginning to reap the benefits of them in the constituency. So politics is important because it helps you to drive the ambitions of people to the fullest of their realization, so they can enjoy living a worthy life.
Wow. That's very, very, very inspiring. I mean, if all political leaders decide to toe such a line and then leave lasting legacies for generations and for posterity and even for their constituents, I think Ghana would go far and be far better than the state we are in now. I hope that any aspiring leader listening to us will take some cues from this, so that they'll know that leadership is about service. Leadership is about leaving legacies and not just about occupying positions. That's great to know. We also want to find out from you, there's this notion that politics is a dirty game. What is your position on that?
Well, many people who know me in Ghana would know that I never attack the personalities of people when I'm speaking politics. I tackle policy and I discuss policy. I leave out the individual. And besides that, those who have come close to me seeking to unseat me, I have gotten to know that I have maintained friendship with them. I have not done anything to hurt their reputation and their lives. Even though they get so close to hurting me, I still don't try to hurt them. So it is as if to suggest that, well, this man, he's doing politics, but he doesn't know politics. Because those who believe that politics is about hurting others, when they come to my doorstep, they realize, no, that's not a man to deal with. So I don't see politics as a dirty game. I see it as a means of reaching an expectation where the people can have the beneficial consequence of the leadership. But why is politics described as a dirty game? It is because people believe in the Machiavellian principle that the end justifies the means. If you want something and somebody is blocking you, remove the person and achieve it. And people have done that severally, to achieve unexpected results. I have not seen the need to do that in all my life. So Machiavelli may be a great philosopher, but in this respect, it doesn't coincide with my
principles as a leader.
Happening. Yeah. Hello, Hima.
empowerment are.
And the Christians being the majority in Ghana, what do you think will happen? And to me, that is a real test.
Make prejudicial comments on it.
It is unconstitutional. If you look at Article 21C of the Constitution, it gives every Ghanaian an opportunity to practice their religion.
Why am I saying this? I'm going to use my life experience as an example. Before I decided to enter into SRC,
COVID is very important. HIV is equally important.
Agencies must do a lot. And Ministry of Gender.
I could see flashes of light, I could see shadows, I could see images, but then it stopped. I am now blind and have to be sad and all that.
There are challenges to this effect. So what do we do as a nation? What do we do as individuals? What do we do as organizations?
Je lance à toutes les personnes handicapées, aussi bien les femmes également.
Once you lack integrity, trust me, you are going nowhere.
A lot of people go to church and they are Christians, but they are not truly repentant. It's happened to me, like only by the mercy and grace of God that I'm alive to share all that I've been through or went through.
Showing every Friday at 6 p.m. You can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on Twitch, as well as YouTube. You are welcome to Empowerment show, showing on Today Ghana News TV.
Piano. And I must say, my show.
Almost $300 million.
So the show has come to stay. Mumye na yeso. Na yentite o man. Na wonso oni nipa.
E dani e Ghana konya. Enye bibi dia. Enye NGT dia. Enye obi bia dia.
President Kufano. Because what to niamam na affecting all this. Full prices na what they buy.
Ya ahwehwe ndi sipoka be kwa kwaji Ghana card akwaji ndani di kama nasa.
Mene wo kata ya yeka. You know, you have to the
Facebook, na Instagram, na YouTube, na Twitch, TodayGhanaNews TV, Anchor FM.
Yechia Ghana Football. My show is your show because Ghana is. And I show that to me is my show. And that will be asking.
Let me say a tonfish, I won't do the brave, you or it be your monk or your fish, beat a catfish, your catfish or your rahu, your barracuda, your tilapia medium, and your big size. Any old red brim or air cleaning dada, any old ain't cleaning here, any old fish, egg fish, any old mackerel, any old croaker, any old snappers, clean one, unclean it, any old sea bream. Fish there, I won't do be brave, mean to me with body cry, you will not be on a one casaoba, they give this open the open. You dear, your bamo papa, your bamo pa, you give this a better there.
Baby,